I'm absolutely delicious, and this is Board Deck and Dice's BrewTube. Today we're doing something slightly different. We're going to do a Q&A, a totally not live, pre-recorded Q&A with questions that people have never asked me from real people on Twitter. So without further ado, Not a Real Person asked, what games are you looking forward to playing? I'm glad you asked, Not a Real Person. I am looking forward to playing some of the games I picked up at the UK Games Expo. First one, and probably the one I'm looking forward to most, is Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. I'm also looking forward to playing 51st State. That looks really good, looks right on my street. And then Terror. That looks great, and I got it for a dirt cheap price. It was ridiculous. And also picked up recently Happy Pigs, and I'm really looking forward to playing that. The rules just look so clear and it just looks quite clever. The other things I'm looking forward to playing are Deception Murder in Hong Kong, which I haven't got a hold of yet. It was sold out at the expo by the time I got there. And my friend picked up Burger Boss, and I'm looking forward to playing that as well. So thank you for the question that you never asked, that Not a Real Person. Great question. And just because this isn't live, all the mistakes will have to stay in. There's nothing I can do with it being a pre-recorded event. Convenient Handle asked me what my thoughts were now I've had time to reflect after the UK Expo. Well, it was my first ever Expo. I was a bit overwhelmed when I got there. I kind of had a rough plan in my head about what I wanted to do, but I also had a friend there. We really enjoyed it. I was very ill from my previous week, and I still am a little bit now. So I did get quite tired quite quickly, so I'm not sure I had as much energy as I might have done. And the lessons I learned are actually very similar to another YouTube reviewer called Actual Ol, or Actua Lol. I'm not sure where he separates that, but he put on his Twitter, I think it was 6 or 7 lessons learned, and I would agree with all of those. But the biggest one was to make a plan and kind of go and see what you want to see. There's stuff that I didn't even know was there, and I kind of wish I'd seen or wish I'd had a play of. That being said, no regrets. My first time, really enjoyed it. Hope to go again next year, maybe for a couple of days. And then lastly, I'm making this name up on the spot because there's nothing written on my pad, asks, where do you get your game news from? Glad you asked that name I just said. I mainly get my game news from other YouTube videos and websites. The big ones, obviously, the Dice Tower, Drive-Thru Reviews, Board Game Brawl, Game Boy Geek. Yeah, obviously use those guys, love those guys. But as I mentioned earlier, Lol is a really good channel that I like. He doesn't do a high frequency of videos, but his videos are always high quality and really funny actually as well. So they're worth checking out. And then if you want to see the ones that I subscribe to, the easiest way is to look at on my homepage on my YouTube channel, look at the people I subscribe to. I generally look for people that have the same taste as, but people that when I see their review I can work out if I'm going to like a game or not. So I'd say with the Dice Tower, with Tom Vassell for example, I've got a similar taste to him but not exactly the same, but when I see his reviews I know if I'm going to like a game or not. So yeah, Actual Lol's one, there's Two Can Play That Game, another British one that's really good. I've just started listening to the Polyhedron Collider podcast, and those guys are doing some great stuff down in Worcester. There's probably loads I'm forgetting to mention. I really like Dara Teaches. That was just great. Let's just go and watch that. I watch GameWire, GameVine. I'll put some links to these channels down in the description so you can just check them out and subscribe to them. I'm never going to be one who asks you to subscribe to me. I figure if you want to, you will, and I'd rather push you towards other people who I enjoy. Just for me, that's the best way to do it. So thank you for all those questions. My time is up on this not live pre-recorded Q&A session. Next time I hope more of you log in unlive fashion and ask me questions in a pre-recorded way. I have been absolutely delicious, and this was Board Deck and Dice's BrewTube.